bring you. Think about the kids, okay? Let's just think about the kids.
I'm just, you gotta be explicit when you say bathing suit.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say why, because a couple of weeks ago at the Caribbean Afro Festival, some girls came to the Caribbean Afro Festival with bathing suits on. Right, and one girl's bathing suit, I was trying to find the bottom of her bathing suit. I saw the front part of her bottom bathing suit, but the back part, I don't know what happened to it.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
Yeah, it was eaten up by parts of her body. But anyway, so I went over to her. I went over to her and I let her know. I said, "Excuse me, your bathing suit is lovely, but the little kids running around here and they're looking at your behind."
Amen. I'm glad you did.
I said, "Cause it's out."
Yeah.
She looked at me. First, she looked at me with an attitude. Then she realized I was older than her. Mm-hmm. And after that, she said, "Ma'am, I am so sorry. I didn't think about it." She went, came back with a towel. Mm-hmm. She wrapped a towel around her. Her friends they didn't, but she did take the time. And I'll admit, she might not have thought about it. She might have thought, "I'm cute. I'm going to the."
And that's all it is.
And I said she didn't think about it. I said, but when I mentioned, she went and got a little towel, came back, towel wrapped around her, and she was good. Mm-hmm. I'm like, so sometimes we got to instill that memory in our kids, and she might have seen someone older doing that, and she did it that way. So I'm just saying.
What's your normal?
Yeah, that's it. I'm just saying.
That's it. That's it.
And I'm glad you're doing this at Long Branch Park because it's in the community. I did the block party on the same street as the shelter because that's their norm.
That's their norm.
They knew that place.
Exactly.
That's their house.
Mm-hmm.
So I did it in their house so it would be comfortable for them. I don't want to do it at a. Why don't you use a nice place? That is a nice place.
That is a nice place.
That's a nice place.
Yeah.
And also what we did too, Mr. Hall, William Hall, yeah, I'm throwing your name out there, who's in charge of Friends in Crisis in the shelter. When I went to him with the idea of doing this, his thing was, yeah, okay. It was, yeah, okay. He gave me because 2 weeks, really. Okay, yeah. So after the day of, he was like, okay. But guess what? As the people started coming in, his face smiled. I mean, his whole face was smiling.
Just lit up.
He started working. I said, then he came on to me, when are we going to do this again? First it was me, then it became we. He said, and then can we do workshops? So we went from speaking English to French because it was we doing workshops.
Yeah.
Well, before he had never allowed anybody to do workshops in the shelter.
Oh.
So guess what? I'm doing work. I'm having people, the community people, do workshops there twice a week starting in September.
There you go.
Because
it takes one.
That's it. That's it. Yes.
It just takes one.
Yes. And he wants a GED class there in the evening.
Wow.
All from that one day of over 300 people coming, and he saw these vendors there and everybody happy and, rolling.
Wow.
That one event changed his entire mind. So now we're working with him. We've changed his mind, opened his eyes to let him know that some of the negativity that's going on there with other groups wasn't me.
Right.
Well,
right.
It's not me. So we moved from nothing happening inside the shelter to now workshops to better them, to better the people, give them more information, more education. We went from there to GED class in the evening, and also to let you know what we did. And I don't think that part you didn't know. I'm throwing everybody's name out.
No, it's okay.
Because I can't. Melissa Brown.
Okay.
Melissa created a passport. Her passport was, and I'm going to throw her out too. She'll do one for you. I'm going to throw her name out there. Melissa, you're going to do it.
Miss Melissa.
Melissa created a passport of all the agencies, and she put a little line on there. So when the people went to see the agency and made appointments, she had pens too. They wrote down on their passport the agency, the time they had to go.
I saw that because
she created that.
Yeah, she created
that. She created that.
All right, Miss Melissa. Okay, I'm gonna need you to give me a call.
Because you know what? If we are a community that's doing something, if I got something that's gonna help your event, and not say make it better, but put it in there, then I should
make it better.
I should. I should say, hey, so like I just said, Kawanda can help with music, singers, and all that. Melissa can do the passport for you. Just
I
like
know I'm calling you out today. Okay.
I'm gonna leave this flyer for males so that we can talk about it on the show because KISS. I'm not gonna say about the other stations, but anyway, KISS is community. Okay. We always in the community. We believe in strong community support, so I'll leave this flyer and males will talk about it.
All right.
Throughout the time. But, I think that when somebody's doing something, okay, listen. If you're here for a picture moment, don't come.
Now, who would that be?
Well, some elected officials, show up for the picture moment.
For the picture moment.
Right. This ain't your picture moment. And you heard this ain't your picture moment, okay? If you coming out there for a selfie, go over by the splash park, stand under the water, and take your selfie. That's because I don't like that.
In a true essence, a selfie.
Yeah.
All by yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Stand by your car, take a picture. I'm at the park. Okay. Because I don't like that. I think that's the worst thing in the world.
It is.
For any elected official to come out to an event, take the snapshot picture, walk around, hi, and leave.
Right.
To me,
what do you bring to the table?
Right. Yeah.
You know, what are you bringing?
Right. You know, nothing. But anyway, that's my,
Wow. Okay. So you're going to run for mayor?
No, I'm not a politician. I'm an activist. Activists should never run for office because I'm not going to vote with you on something that I don't like just because you voted for me. I voted on something. I'm not that one that can trade that way.
Right.
I am not.
Right.
I can't. I don't know how, and I don't want to learn how.
Amen.
So
and I love it.
I'm the kick on the door. I'm the one who's going to kick your door in, step on your desk and say, my people are suffering because you're not doing this.
Right.
That's my role.
And I think our roles have merged.
Yes.
Community activist, advocate, whatever, all is rolled up in there, and you look at all of that. But my heart is for the underserved.
Yes. Those who can't.
The disenfranchised.
Yes.
And so to have that voice for them.
Yes.
And a lot of people say, well, you know what, you would be surprised on the inbox messages that I get. I see you doing a lot of stuff in the community. Did you steer away from domestic violence, this and that? If we ever get back and understand, we get back to our family systems and we understand that all of this starts in the home. I learned how to talk in my home. I learned how to love in my home. Right. I learned how to hate, in my home. I learned how to bully in my It all started in that household. And if we, like you said, you give those kids a backpack, and that's a strong statement. You just give them a backpack. Yeah. Nobody's talking about the families. And what we're doing, we're just checking the block. And that's why we're saying mending. That's our new slogan now. We've transitioned, mending broken families one heart at a time. Because I'm going to have to talk to whether it be the head of the household or the baby. And sometimes the baby is the head because everybody else is out of sync.
Yep.
So with that being said, I so look at going into the community with the programs that we have. And when we said teach them to love, and what I'm talking about now is more than women and children. So much more than women and children. You have fathers out there with mentoring program. I have a couple of guys working with us trying to establish a mentoring program because we go out to Bell County Jail and we service a men's group out there. All females. And so the sheriff one day asked, he said, where's it? And he was stunned. I know what he wanted to say. Where are the males?
Yeah.
Where are the males? And so I was, like I said, well, see, listen, let me tell you something. History has a habit of repeating itself. Most of them grew up there behind those bars in a single family home, single mother home with a single mother. All the attributes and everything she was able to give. Now that they're behind bars, guess what? Now you have women coming in and ministering and talking to them and mentoring. So where do we end this vicious cycle? So only thing I'm saying, everything we're doing, if you have a problem with the high rate of recidivism, child abuse, family violence, all of this, understand that it all works together. So I'm going to need y'all help.
Okay, what day are we coming to Long Branch?
We're coming to Long Branch on the 31st of August, 31 August. That's that Saturday. And it's from 9 to 3. We will be out there. If you want to be a vendor, I would ask you to come out about 8:30. We have... like I said, we'll have the items out there bringing, let me put this in front of me, toilet paper, paper towels, plates, cups, plasticware, washcloths, towels, bedding, blankets. We're going to post this. It's posted on our Facebook page. And so I'm pushing it as an Eventbrite as well. And this is for our new safe house. You guys have heard the populations that we serve. And we're talking about domestic violence, sexual assault, sex trafficking. And we have that new population now. Those babies that as they age out, they don't have any place to go. Right. So we know with that and going into our new house, there are things that is beautiful. We were blessed with it. And so we're fixing up the backyard. We're going to have a community day too, where we have individuals to come out and get your paintbrushes ready. You know, we've put a privacy fence up and everything. And we're really here for the community. And we see ourselves spreading across the Central Texas area and doing this with the help of Miss Phyllis. She don't know she got a partner for life now.
I'm all in. And I'm there. I'm ready.
So yes, ma'am. So y'all come out. It costs you nothing.
That's it.
You know, bring your kids. Have a good time. Have a good time.
And we have no excuse.
None whatsoever.
No.
So
the built-in excuses we have, we need to eat them. Swallow them on down.
And if you're a vegetarian, I tell myself, okay, we're gonna have to put some type of vegetables or some cooked vegetables on the grill or whatever. Not everybody's meat. Not everybody's doing bread. So, but we're gonna have something for everybody. So you guys come out and have a good time.
But you know, it's we need to come out even if you're not coming to eat.
Oh no, just come out and just celebrate
and bring something.
Please bring something.
And you know, when you talk about domestic violence, what people don't realize is, okay, I work in elementary school. The meanest kids you ever find are in kindergarten and first grade.
Yes.
Because they don't have that filter yet to not say it and to not do it. The filter isn't there.
Right.
When they stab you with a pencil or pen, we know what that means, but they have no clue. It means that I'm going to inflict some pain on you, like that. And why I say that is where I'm going at is this. Those kids that live in a violent household are bullies at school.
They are.
They're at school, they're the bully.
They are.
They're the bully because you know what? They hear that aggressiveness and they see when that one person is aggressive, the other person kind of mildly meeks away. Mm-hmm. Then they learn to be the aggressor.
Yes, they do.
And watch their classmates cry and run and move away and dodge from them every time they come. They like that power too. People need to realize little kids like that power to come up and pinch you and watch you go, ouch! And then the teacher yells at you and they sit back and laugh, ha ha ha. You know, well, they see that power at home. So they take that power play and they bring it to school because it's kindergartners and pre-K and they don't have that filter yet. Right. It's not instilled into their brains.
And we don't want to touch that.
And I always tell parents, they don't have homeboy on the block they can call on the phone. They don't. They don't have a homegirl on the phone. They can call, girl, what's up? They don't have that person.
They don't have that.
They got home. So guess what? Home is their world. Now you might say my child looks at TV, play video games 24/7, but guess what? Little children have something called diversity of listening skills. They can look at television and hear everything going on in the house.
Everything going on.
So please remember, while they laying there looking at TV and laughing and giggling, they listening to everything going on. As you say they don't, I will bet you they do because I listen to, well, I will be when school starts again, but those little pre-Ks, and I'm going to give you, for instance, one I always use. It was two little girls in the hallway. They both pre-K, and they were arguing, right? So I walked past. I'm like, y'all need to stop arguing. Mm-hmm. I came back. They still arguing. I'm like, okay. So being myself, I go sit in the floor, and I get in the middle of them. And I'm like, so what are we talking about?
Yeah.
So the girl says, well, she got two. She said she bad because she got two mommies and they could bake cakes. She said, I only got one mommy and only get one cake. So I realized quickly what I was talking.
Yeah.
You know. So my next thing is, now how do I make this sound politically okay?
Right.
I said, well, listen, we have all types of families in the world. Mm-hmm. I said, some families have two mommies, some have two daddies. Right. Some have a mommy and a daddy. Some just has a mommy and some just have a daddy. Right. I said, it's fine. And it's okay. I said, but guess what? Even though her two mommies can bake two cakes,
right? They
don't always bake two cakes. Sometimes don't you get one cake? Yeah. I said, sometimes don't you get one cake? Yeah. I said, okay, see, now y'all leaving.
So y'all leaving.
They say, one girl says, well, oh. You know what I said? I said, but just remember, all families are different. No family is the same. I said, so you might have two mommies, and that's cool for you, but you have a mommy and daddy, and that's cool for you. I said, but guess what? If they're not beating you,
come on now.
I say, and if they're loving you, and they're treating you right, guess what? No matter what your family is, they're fine.
Are they taking care of you?
You know, so they looked at each other, go, oh, okay. You know, I said, so, but the thing, I should never have to sit with two pre-Ks who are actually, well, listen to me again, pre-K, 4-year-olds. Mm-hmm. No one sat down to explain. They're living in a world of this. So to her, She one up her. Mine got baked 2 cakes.
2K.
You only get 1 cake. You know, but our society is just that way right now.
It is.
That's our society. Okay, now, no matter how I personally feel about either of their families, I had to drop my personal opinion off at the door somewhere. I had to check it and come to them and say, all families are different. I said, and you know, that was not an easy task for me to do. But to get it across.
Meet them where they are.
Right. I told them exactly how it all goes. And guess what? They were like, okay. You know, okay. I said, so to me, if they go home and talk to their parents, I did nothing wrong. Right. I said, but the point is, we need to understand they're little people. And they take in everything. And she was using this as a bullying effort. I got 2 mommies, I can get 2 cakes. Hey, what you got?
What you got? What you got?
What you got?
4. Oh my goodness.
You know, but we send kids to school with these things. So we need to remember that when we do domestic violence, when I get your child in school, that child is now the bully.
That child now is the bully.
And we've got to deal with that. We've got to stop doing what we're doing, which means I have to stop teaching your child, whatever we're teaching your child, because we care. I got to stop teaching and I got to address that. And I got to address it in a way where my feelings don't come across.
Right.
I've got to address it to where they understand exactly what I'm going. Because once again, remember, 4-year-olds don't have homeboy and homegirl on the block.
They do
not. They don't have a cell phone to pick up and call nobody.
They do
and
not.
say, hey, you know what's up. They don't have that.
They don't have that.
They got home.
Exactly. And that's awesome. Yeah. And I'm not glad that happened, but I'm glad that you was placed in that position, but that you were there, you know, to mediate and intervene there. Because what people don't realize, and I've been pushing this time and time again, bullying, that's what it is, where it starts, because what the CDC tells us, that domestic violence is the #1 pediatric problem in the United States, across the nation.
That's bad.
Mothers, even while pregnant, that are going through that type of turbulence, they say it affects your child. So like you were saying, the act of listening, when they can do, they hear, and it's happening. So for you that don't believe that is happening, it is happening.
Come to an elementary school, you'll see it.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you.
You see it. And like I said, we had, and a lot of times we do. And I'm going to say it and say it out. A lot of times you got to put your belief and all your beliefs that you were raised with. Sometimes to talk to a child, you got to put them all over there.
Right.
And leave them over there.
Right.
And address them to the way where they are right
Address the issue.
Right. You had to address that issue in a fair way where they got it, but your feelings did not intervene. Because guess what? They didn't ask you how you felt about it.
It's not about your feelings.
They didn't ask you that. They wanted to know truth. This is it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I had to let them know. And I did not lie. There are all types of families in the world. So that isn't a lie.
You know what? It's the adult population that's having the problem. The children got it.
Yeah. We don't.
We're the ones with the problem.
We don't got it.
Yeah, we don't got it.
And also, I want to go into too. You talked about trafficking.
Yes, ma'am. And
I'm gonna go into that using the same thing of violence. There was a little girl. She was 8 years old in our lovely city. Her mother is in a neglectful marriage, relationship.
Right.
So the little girl was playing on her mother's cell phone, and mom's cooking dinner because she got to get dinner done at this time. All right, so she's cooking dinner, but she's peeking around watching her daughter. Okay, she peeked out at one time. Her daughter wasn't there, playing with the phone. So she looked through the house, little girl in the bathroom. And she's doing what little girls do. She has on mommy's makeup and mommy's lipstick. Right. But guess what? Mom looked at the cell phone. There was a guy on the cell phone telling the little girl what to do.
What to do. Yeah.
He had entered her game. He telling her what to do, and the little girl's doing it. Well, did the little girl think it was wrong? No. Because what little girl doesn't like putting on mommy's makeup, mommy's lipstick? But the point is, while mom was so busy giving her phone because she had to occupy her because she had to get dinner done at the certain time, or else all these things played into each other in the little girl. So if mom hadn't been looking back and forth, the little girl might have left the house.
Exactly.
Or what else would the man gonna have the little girl do?
So yeah, why else would, and that's what we call grooming.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And so when you look at that, why else would he have her to do all this?
Yeah. So we have to be careful.
We got to be, but this is what we do. How many times have you been, wherever you go, the grocery store, whatever, hand the child a phone, hand the child a phone, hand the child a phone. And so my thing is, we have phones where you can download apps and they can just play games. They don't need to have access. You know,
those but see, the point is those apps that you download, the predator knows how to get into there and talk to the child.
Well, I mean, like ABC Mouse.
Oh yeah, okay.
You know, you're talking about
the safe
ones. Right?
Yeah.
The safe ones.
Yeah.
So that's where we're gonna have to say, well, wait a minute. You know, I just can't open my child up to everything. I can't be that busy.
Right.
Where I just hand them my phone, because handing you, if I hand the child my phone, oh my God, I've just opened them up to the entire world
of a predator.
Yeah. You know, because we don't know everybody, especially on, you don't know everybody you're friends with. We would like to say that we don't know all them people. And so now you're looking at that, and predators, and they lie and wait for that innocent little figure to do just what she did. And you know, the incident where we had, and it's sad, I think this happened, 2 years ago, where you had the middle school teacher.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know? Yes. And so that family, because the wife had a very close relationship with her, because my granddaughter was coming out of a DV relationship. So when she went over there to the school, she was very helpful with that transition.
Right.
And so for her to have to deal with that was very, I mean, it hurt my heart. So, but it just lets you know, and I've only brought that up to let everybody, that's right in your backyard.
Yes.
It's in our middle school. It's in our elementary school. Yeah.
So we have
it's on your phone.
Yes, it's on your phone. On your phone.
It's on your phone. Yeah. So education, awareness, prevention. Yes. So that's that. Those are the things that we're looking at. And like you said, you got a lot of people say they're doing one thing, but I don't see the awareness groups.
Right.
You know, I don't see the workshops like we used to in the community. I'm not talking about, we were having a class down in our area, and because where we moved to, they stopped doing the class. And you know what? I'm not going to name the agency, but I was floored with that, because they said some people didn't feel comfortable coming in a particular neighborhood. I can't call the agency out, but which I said, hey, you know, you guys were having groups down here. You know, our mothers were excited. They were coming to the group, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, some of the people that we brought with us, they expressed a level of discomfort with the location. That is a huge problem.
Yes.
That was a huge problem. And it took everything I had not to broadcast that particular organization, because I was like, you are one of the ones who is significant. You are an intricate piece to the well-being of these families. And you have a problem with coming in a particular location. Houston, we have a problem.
Yes, we do.
A huge problem.
But, well, that's why we need to be on Saturday, August 31st.
Yes.
From 9 to 3 at Long Branch Park to support Teach Them to Love Ministries and Outreach. You need to bring an item that you did not use.
Unused.
Remember, unused. So you can even go to the dollar store. They do sell towels, and they're wrapped up in the brand to prove that they're new. You can bring those. You can bring toiletries. You can bring the women's feminine products. Make sure you didn't use those either.
Ew.
Make sure the bag isn't open is what I meant. Not that. Joe is about to crack up. I meant the bag not open.
No open boxes.
No open boxes.
Oh, God.
Okay. You're supposed to have joy every
day. You gotta have it.
Okay. But bring the products there because they're needed.
Yes, they are.
You do have $1 or $2 to spend. You got it, and just use it. To give up going to Starbucks for one day. I didn't say that. And use that money to go buy something to give to somebody who needs, because you didn't need that Starbucks every day. You really don't. I'm just saying you don't.
Man, that $6 cup of coffee, I'm not understanding. But then that's just me.
It's,
and I was
it's,
like,
it's some kind of status thing.
oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
Well, I guess I'm Broke Down Productions then because
yeah, I ain't in that. But also, I'm going to do two things. I'll get killed later, but it's okay because I've been murdered so many times.
Okay.
I keep resurrecting myself.
There you go.
But I'm going to talk about two things at one time. This is really cool. Okay. For Teach Them to Love's Outreach Ministries program on the 31st, I'm committing Kawanda to do the entertainment.
Okay.
So, and also I'm doing the next community informational block party on November 2nd.
Yes.
So,
oh, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, and it's going to be, and also, if you know me, I can't do the same thing twice. So, we often, people give concerts to raise money for homeless and less fortunate. Well, I'm going to reverse that. We're going to give a concert for them. That day on the grass.
Now, that's good.
Yeah, we're going way back.
That's good.
We're going back. But for that, I'll say performers are wanted for the community block party as well as Teach Them to Love's program. If you have a band, you have a group, you sing, dance, rap, play an instrument, create your own stage, contact Kawanda Polk at 254-394-1829. So I just committed her to 2 events. Thank you, Kawanda. I love you. You can kill me later, but contact her. And I just volunteered her to do entertainment because she's good at it. And I believe if you're good at doing something, we need to leave you alone and let you do what you do.
And let you do what you do.
Because I'm not good at providing entertainment. I can create an event like no tomorrow.
Right.
But if you say entertainment, I can't do that. It's not my thing. And it's hers. And I do believe in when we do stuff, we know who's the best at it. You let them do it. Don't be trying to do it and be the one-man show.
Exactly.
Spread it around.
Exactly.
Besides, that brings in more information and more outreach for what you're doing. And I'm glad you do what you do. And I'm glad that we met to do what we do together.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I also know a lady who wants to do workshops for women.
Okay.
She was she was once homeless and now she's up where she's doing books. So she wants to do a series somewhere.
Get out of here.
Yeah, she lives here in Killeen. She wants to do a series somewhere. So I'm going to guide her to you.
Okay, please do.
Because her series is all for women. Well, I do it. The homeless population is not all. I need a place where just women are.
Right.
Not where, so since you have your place where women are, I'll guide her to you.
You know what? I'm open to that. I'm very open to that because we want to, and like I said, our population is getting younger and younger. So you have the youngest one I have in there now is 17. Yeah. And so that's why I welcome opportunities like this because they need that level of exposure.
Yes.
So they need to be able to say, because it may inspire one to say, oh, wow, you know what? I can really stay on this track right here. And she's inspired me to want to write, to be a poet, whatever. And so even with, what's her name? Kawanda. One of them, they may see her and they're interested in doing that. So let's move forward.
Right.
And so, so I look forward to this. And I'll give you
Melissa's number and you can contact her for the passport.
Yeah.
Melissa was in the paper the other day. She was the one that got arrested at the city council meeting for speaking.
Woo, passion, just much passion.
Last year, and in fact, she got arrested last year this time, and they keep moving her court date.
And they keep moving it. They're gonna keep moving it.
Well, we think they want her to settle, and she's not.
No, why should she?
Right, she was trying to speak.
Yeah.
So that's Melissa Brown. She's a good person. Her heart is for the community.
Okay.
But she'll do the passport. I'm gonna give you her phone number. She doesn't know that she's doing the passport.
Not a problem.
But she knows about this event.
Okay.
She does know about the event, but she doesn't know yet that she's doing. No. She doesn't.
Okay.
No. Because we're friends, we should be able to do that. But I want to thank you for coming on.
Yes, ma'am.
And we're going to pump out the flyer and make sure it gets there and make sure that we all bring something. And remember the bathing suit issue. The bathing suit issue. Remember that.
And let me tell you guys something. And while we want you to bring something, we're also doing a penny drive. So if it's like you say, I just got some pennies laying around the house, bring your pennies. I would prefer more than one, but bring your pennies. Bring your pennies. Drop your pennies. And if you don't have anything at all, just bring your family.
and bring some information.
And bring some information.
Vendors, get your information out there.
And so we will do this. Okay. And after we celebrate this, we look forward to November 2nd. Yes, ma'am. Do it again.
Do it again.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're excited. We are excited. Right. Well, thank you, Miss Phyllis. I really appreciate it.
Always.
All right.
Always. Now. This show does not belong to me. It belongs to the community.
To the community.
I just facilitate it.
Hallelujah. I got it. You're doing a wonderful job. Wonderful.
And thank you.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Okay. I want to thank everyone for listening to Kids Community Connection this morning. I hope you walked away and listened, and I hope you had your notebooks and your pens ready. Go to my Facebook page. You'll see the flyer, and I'm going to put it on the Community Connections Facebook page, and I'm going to leave my flyer with Mel so he can talk about it through the week. But I want you to always remember, you cannot lead a positive life with a negative mind. We'll talk to you next Sunday. Bye now.